Hello guys, this is GM Baloch, and as we have already last time discussed in the lecture number 1 about the first program of the Java and the arithmetic operators, today we will cover the data types and the variables. These are two different topics, data types and variables. What are data types and what are variables? We will discuss them in this lecture. Let's begin with the data types. Actually, types are nothing but they are containers. They are containers which stores data. Data you can see them by name, data, and types. Means different type of data has different types of containers. Let me let's see an example to understand this term clearly. So we have a net. What do you think if I put water in this net? What will happen? The water cross the net and go to down. Okay. What if I put a fish into this net? The fish will be captured in this net and will not flow through this net. That's that means this container net is not suitable for the water but suitable for the fish or some solid things. Let's discuss about this one. What do you think if I open this lid and put a gas into this container? What will happen? The gas will evaporate. Okay, that means the gas doesn't suit for this container, and this container is not suitable for the gas. If we put gas into this cylinder, the gas will be suitable and will always be in this cylinder till we are not opening it. Okay, something like happens to the data types means every data has its own data type or container. Let's go through the practical. We have discussed about the arithmetic operators. Now we are going to discuss data types. We create a class for the data types. Okay, here we name it data types example, so we can make it properly, and examples we can make it properly a class where we will practice data types. Like, there are many data types, but don't be afraid or fear. Okay, we will discuss slowly and gradually. We will not to be confused. Here we have first data type, which is byte. Byte is nothing but it stores numbers, but in a low range. Like, if you have a byte container and you have to put the number into it, but you have container, you have not given the name of the container, you have just byte type container. Just mention byte and make a space and name it as you want. If I am storing age, I have a byte container. I gave the name of age to this byte container, and I will store some numbers, and I mention this function phase is equal. I will equally mention equal operator, and here I have to enter the number of age. Means I have to add 56, and at the end we have to mention terminator operator make the statement close. Okay, we close all the statements by the terminate operator. Here is semicolon, which is terminator operator. And here you can see byte is a container and name is the age is the name of this byte. The container is byte and its name is age, and equal shows that we are putting some value, and value is 56, and last at the end we have semicolon which terminates the statement. Here we have mentioned that we stored some number in the age. Where? In age. What do you think if I print the age? System dot out. How we print, we have discussed already in the lecture number 1. Just we have to type system dot out dot println, and here in the parenthesis we mention age. Okay, age. Now you can see I put the value 56 in the age, and I if I print the age, what will happen? The value should be printed, and as I said, it happened. Okay, here we have value 56 in the age. Why byte? Why not any other data type? Means the range of the byte begins with the minus 158 128, okay, minus 128 to 127. If I am not storing, let's see, if I am storing 127, it's fine, but I am storing 128. Let's see. Okay, here we have error. Let's see the error. Okay, you can see it can't convert from byte into byte. Means we have a limit of 127. We can store numbers from minus 128 to plus 127 in the byte. If I am storing something else, number greater than 127, I will store it into the int, and I mention its name, which is num. Equals means I am storing something, some number in it. In it means the num, and int is the data type. Int is the container. Int is the container which stores data more than the byte. If I am storing here 128, it is fine. Means the int has bigger range than the byte. Byte stores a limited range, and I mentioned that which is the limit of byte. Its limit is minus 27 to minus 28 to minus plus 27, and we are storing something greater than byte. We will store it into the int, and I'm again printing the value of num. System dot out dot println. Okay, here I print num. Let's see, as I mentioned, the data type is what? Here byte is data type, int is data type, but we have not discussed about the variable. Nothing, but here if you are seeing the name of container, byte has a name, byte has a variable. This is called variable. The common name the user defines. We define age is not already defined in the computer or Java or JVM or JDK. Okay, we have just defined here. I can define a, not just age. I can define a, which is also variable of what? Byte, which is storing the number 127. I hope you understand. Okay, let's see another data types. We have also that floating data types like float if equal to, and it stores the point values. Okay, like this. Okay, it stores the, okay, last we have to mention if, because float stores the number that consists of if at the end. Okay, what if I am storing 12.43, storing into the float? It stores the floating point, means the decimal numbers. What if I store decimal numbers into the int? If I am mentioning int decimal, okay, deci is a variable of the int, and I put 12.54. This is showing an error. What's the error? Okay, see, the convert of double to the int, means this is double, and I am converting double into int, which is not possible. So I have to mention double is another floating data type which stores the floating points, but the float double has more range than the float. Okay, we will discuss it later by the deep understanding. Okay, here d is the variable for the double, and I am storing 15.56. Okay, and here you can add d, but not necessary. Okay, we have to last print the we what we declared variables. Okay, see output. So here the output. That's it today. Okay, here I have mentioned all the variables, like here I have a variable in the num is second, this one, and d I mentioned here, and a which is here. Let's see the output. If I run, this is the output, which is a. Okay, this is the value of num. I stored the num, this value into the num. Okay, let's see. These are printing just numbers. We can mention here at the begin. Let's see here. Okay, these are numbers. We don't know the at the time of output what this number is stored in which variable or which data type. We can mention by using here streams. Okay, these are tokens of streams. We can mention them is I mentioned in the lecture number 1. We can store tokens and streams and user defined values in the double quotations. Double quotations, here we will mention that the value which is printing is output, and we can add double quotation. After the double quotation, we can add plus sign to concatenate both this stream and this a consists of value. I can concatenate the value of a and the stream. In this stream, I'm storing that, showing that the value of a variable. As I mentioned before, that here in this double quotation, whatever you will write, you will get into the output. Let's see what is happening after this. And you can see here the value of a variable. From here to here, we have got the output same as we have mentioned in the double quotation. After these tokens, we have here value of what? Value of a. As I mentioned a here, value, not with the double quotations. If I mention this a with the double quotations, I will get as it is a, not the value of a. This is a is a variable here. Okay, which is consist of this number 127, and is like that. We can mention here the value of this num variable. We can num variable. Okay, and space. Okay, this will be also printed as whatever we write in the double quotation. The value of the variable, and it also printed same. So guys, in this lecture we have covered that we have different data types and their variable name, and we can store a value into these variables and data types. And we have mentioned 4 data types. Just we can mention more than these basically these are the data types of fundamental data types. Means here let's see another thing here. Okay, here you will find the number something written in the text. Integer data types. Integer types are word, byte, and short, int, and long. These are range of for the integral types. These are range. If you are using byte, this will store 8 bit. We'll later and discuss these bits, what are bits and what are their ranges. After this lecture we will cover this. Okay, int consists, as I used int here after the byte. You can see this is also integer data type, and floating data types are what? Float and double. Is float is 32 bit, and double of is consist of 64 bit. Means double is greater than this one float. Okay, character data types are char. Char is also data type. Fundamental data, these are called fundamental or prim. Okay, these are also called fundamental data type. Okay, primitive data types, these are also called as primitive data types, and we can use here char. char stores only one letter, which is consists of in single quotations. Here you can store a, like I stored a. If there is a letter, you can store it into the single quotation. If you have multiple letters, like these are the collection of letters, okay, I stored in double quotation, but you have a single letter, you may store in single quotation. Okay, and is a stored in this c is the variable of k type. Okay, i can I can print also the c is same before I printed all the variables. This is also of the c variable, which is correct k data type. Okay, so these were the examples. Let's print. Okay, here we also get the a. You can, if you have a letter, you can store it into the c. And next time we will discuss about string. String is a non-primitive data types, means it's a class. We will next time cover the string. What are the functions of strings, how the string is used in your program. So remember this. You will get the link of my github, where you get this code also. Okay, visit my github account and my LinkedIn account, where you will experience a lot. Okay, these were some topics and the tokens of this lecture. Thank you so much.